All right. So for section 2, we'd gone over all the rules. We talked about how log is essentially the what power function. We had a bunch of examples that we worked out. We stopped right here. So everybody look at the notes, section 2, numbers 13, 14, and 15. This actually ties in. Remember, that was that one problem that was like, I don't know if they made a mistake when they were making it, or if they're just trying to give us a little hint of what was coming up. This is where we can talk about the approximate answer when something doesn't work out perfectly. So number 13, log base 2 of 18. When I see this, I'm going to think through the powers of 2. So if I'm going through here, 2 to the first power is 2. 2 to the second power is 4. 2 to the third power is 8. 2 to the fourth power is 16. 2 to the fifth power is 32. Again, you can do that with the help of a calculator. Just multiply by 2s until you get the answer you're looking for. Once you've done that, though, does everybody see that the number I'm looking for is not on that list, but it would be in between these two? Does that make sense? 2 to the fourth power is 16. That's too small. I want 18. 2 to the fifth power is 32. That's too big. So I skipped over my answer. All I need from you here then is to say that this, the answer is between 4 and 5. Those two exponents. It's between 2 to the fourth power and 2 to the fifth power. 2 to the fourth is 16, too small. 2 to the fifth is 32, too big. My answer is somewhere in between those two. Later on, I will show you how to find the exact answer with a calculator. For now, though, I just need that approximate, that it's in between those two numbers. Does that idea make sense to everybody? So the next one, 4 to the first power is 4. 4 to the second power is 16. Right there, I jumped right over my answer. It was somewhere between 1 and 2. Okay, between 1 and 2. And then over here, hopefully you're pretty good with powers of 10, 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000 would be 10 to the fourth power. 4 zeros, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's too small. I want 13,000. 10 to the fifth power. Whoops, went right past it. So somewhere between 4 and 5 is my answer. Does that make sense? That's all you have to put here. Right now, we're just working on the concept. Do we understand how a log works and roughly where that number would be? Between 4 and 5. Remember, your answer is the exponent. So it's between the 4 and the 5. The exponent's right here. The last thing that we didn't quite make it to on Friday is finding y-intercepts, getting ready for graphing, not actually graphing yet. Eventually, not yet. So 16, find the y-intercept for the following functions. Well, every time you want a y-intercept, we make x0. This is no different. You want the y-intercept, you make x0. So y is equal to log base 2 of 0 plus 8 minus 1, which means log base 2 of 8. Notice how I'm keeping that in parentheses to remind myself, I can't do 8 minus 1. I need to do log base 2 of 8 first, get an answer, then subtract 1. So 2 to the third power makes 8. 3 minus 1 is 2. My answer is 2. Same thing over here. Number 17, put in 0 for x. Log base 8 of 0 plus 1. That's log base 8 of 1. And that was our special case, right? We just have to memorize anytime it's a 1 in here, My answer is 0 because anything to the 0 power is 1. So this is just 0, or sorry, yeah, 0 plus 3, or a final answer of 3. With those examples, you can now finish section 2's homework, okay? We're going from 1 through 20, we're switching it, expanding it for 1 through 28. There is extra credit on this after problem 28. After problem 28 is a little example of one place where we use logs. If you're in chemistry, you've probably talked about acids and bases, hopefully. We're not going to go into the details of Lowry acids and bases or anything like that. We're just going to say that pH scale is a log scale. That's one of the many ways where you'll hear a log scale used quite often, even if you don't realize it. One of the other ones is earthquake magnitude. Earthquake magnitude actually in decibels. All three of those would be log scales or exponents. So if you want to do that activity at the end, that would be 2 points of extra credit if you did that. Other than that, let's go ahead and get started. I want you guys to finish up 1 through 27. Do any of, or 1 through 28, any of those you haven't done so far. If you get stuck, raise your hand and ask myself or Emily. Happy to help you. Let's see if we can finish up section 2 though right now.